Don't take all day now. Don't play with it. There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm your instructor, Pierre Huey, aka Mr. P. The P is for patience. Y'all know what time it is. It's one of my favorite days of the week. It is Tuesday. In Spanish, it is Martes. Learning Spanish, y'all. So, any of my Spanish speaking folks, if you see me on here, throw me a Spanish phrase, word, all that good stuff. Let's see if I recognize it. All right. Okay. So, today, as in the description, we are going to get into hair color. We are looking at hair care services. One of four domains as broken down by the CIB. CIB stands for the Canada Information Bulletin. Okay. So we are looking at number 3, hair care services. And the reason that we're looking at it on Tuesday or Martes is because it is the second most problematic section out of the CIB. And I address everything in order of importance. Okay. Excuse me. So, hair care services is 40% of your barber theory exam, which is the point of this video. Okay. You have 5 points of contacts on here, which is A, client consultation, analysis, and documentation. B, hair care itself. C, hair design. D, apply knowledge of prep, procedures, and safety for head shaving. And E, apply knowledge of principles, procedures, and safety for chemical services. That is the one we're going to look at today is part E. We're looking for a specific section. We keeping it light. We are keeping it in a short amount of time because average person can't pay attention for a long time anyway. So I'm not going to have you on here all day long. Okay. Where are we? Part E. And within part E, we are looking at number 2. Okay. Which is hair coloring. So let's get into it real quick. First of all, hair coloring, what is it? It's the art and science of changing the color of the hair. Simply put, hair lightening is the partial or total removal of natural pigment or artificial color from the hair. In today's barbershops, many clients expect barbers to be skilled in performing hair coloring and lightening services. Recently, there has been an increasing demand for beard and mustache coloring. I can attest to that. As a barber, you need to be able to perform these services with knowledge and skill, straight like that. Hey, everybody, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Tap the screen if you love me. Thank you. Now, why study it? A couple of reasons. Hair color and lightening services offer barbers an opportunity for building a reliable and lucrative clientele. Ain't that the truth? That is 100% true. I built clientele that I never would have thought I had just off of coloring. Okay. The more knowledge and skill you have, more services you can offer your clients. And it separates you from a lot of barbers because some barbers just refuse to deal with color. They don't even want to get involved with it. It's not that bad, especially if you build your foundation of knowledge for it step by step. Okay. Knowing when to suggest a hair color service will help build loyalty with your clients and confidence with your barbering skills. 3, barbers need to understand hair structure, laws of color, and hair coloring procedures in order to be successful when performing hair coloring and lightening services. And last but not least, hair coloring is a chemical service, and chemicals may cause damage and harm to clients and yourself if not used properly. To avoid these situations, it is important that you understand how to use these chemicals safely on clients. All right. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to identify 6 characteristics that are analyzed before performing hair color services. As you know, I'm a big fan of safety. I'm a big fan of protection of the clients. One of those things, when they first get in your chair, you want to be analyzing, you want to be taking notes, whether that's mental notes, whether that's client record, things like that. You want to be making sure that you are identifying all the potential things that either may be a problem or all the potential characteristics that may help your service. You want to be getting all of that into a system before you even start. Matter of fact, a lot of times if I get a call, that process starts from the phone call to the consultation to the time that they actually sit down. Okay. A lot of this information should be exchanged, and a lot of this planning should go into that before they even come in for the service. Okay. Here are the 6 things we're going to talk about. Number 1, elasticity. Okay. Texture, density, porosity, natural hair color, and contributing pigment. Okay. First off, elasticity. Important factor to consider because It is an indication of the strength of the cortex. Cortex makes up 90% of the hair shaft, including cross bonds and melanin molecules. Normal elasticity, indicated by wet hair that can stretch up to 50% of its original length and then return to that length without breaking. Low elasticity is indicated by wet hair that does not return to its original length when stretched. Next, texture. The diameter of the individual hair strand determines whether the hair texture is classified as fine, medium, or coarse. Melanin is distributed differently within the different textures. Fine hair has melanin granules grouped tightly so the hair takes color faster and may appear darker. Medium textured hair has an average response time to hair color products. Coarse hair has a larger diameter with loosely grouped melanin granules and may take longer to process. Okay. Density, next one, refers to the number of hairs per square inch on the scalp. It ranges from thin to thick and determines the subsection size to use to assure proper coverage of the hair color or lightener. For example, you may need to part off subsections as thin as 1/8 of an inch on a client with very thick hair. Now, a lot of times they're thinking more of clients that's got a whole lot of hair, like as far as like length. But that same thing can apply. Like, say if somebody got a small afro and they're getting some type of lightening service or something like that, you got to consider, okay, will this application, will it cover all of the hair strand that I need to cover? If not, parting may be something that you need to do to get that effect. All right. Next, porosity. Porosity is the hair's ability to absorb moisture. The porosity level of the hair determines its ability to absorb hair color products. Porous hair absorbs hair color products faster and with more intensity and may appear darker than less porous hair. Degrees of porous hair are the following. High porosity. Hair may not only absorb the color product quickly, but also tend to fade quickly due to its inability to hold color pigments. The hair will feel very rough, dry, or may break during a porosity test. Next, average porosity. The cuticle is slightly raised and the hair tends to process normally. You should feel a slight roughness to the hair during a porosity test. Next, you got low porosity. The cuticle is tight, making the hair more resistant to chemical penetration and may require a longer time to penetrate the hair shaft or a higher volume of developer for its strength. The hair will feel smooth or tough during a porosity test. And last, you got two more. Next to last, you got natural hair color. It ranges from black to dark brown to red and from dark blonde to lightest blonde. These natural colors are produced by two types of melanin. You got eumelanin, provides natural black and brown pigment or color to the hair. And then pheomelanin provides yellow, blonde, or red pigment color to the hair. The three factors that determine what natural hair colors look like are the thickness of the hair, the total number and size of the pigment granules, and the ratio of eumelanin to pheomelanin within the cortex layer, like we was talking about earlier. Okay. Gray hair is the result of a reduction in the production of melanin pigments. White hair is actually the color of keratin without melanin and therefore does not contain either type of melanin. All right, let me say that for the people in the back that are always coming in talking about, hey, can you remove this gray hair? I'm getting more and more gray hair, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Gray hair is the result of a reduction in the production of melanin pigments. White hair is actually the color of keratin without melanin and therefore does not contain either type of melanin. Just remember that for another talk we're going to have about color, okay? Last, you have contributing pigment, or what we like to call undertone. Contributing pigment is the pigment that lies under the natural hair color. The foundation of hair coloring is based on modifying this pigment with hair coloring products to create new colors. When lightening a client's natural hair color, the darker the natural level, the more intense the contributing pigment. So, in review, and we're making good time, okay? Let me get my, nope. There we go. All my old school Nintendo folks, y'all know what that means. I'm gonna hit you one more time. Making good time. 6 characteristics we looking for before we doing color. All right. Elasticity, texture, density, porosity, natural hair color, and contributing pigment. And the thing about it is that's why you have people come in for a consultation. So if somebody hits you up on a Monday and say, hey, Friday, can I come in and get hair color? No, you may not. You're gonna need to come in way before that so we can do a consultation and I can figure out these factors and I can come up with a plan for your hair color. Even if your hair is low like mine and you're getting hair color, you still need to come in for that consultation so we can determine all these different things, and that will help our service go better, smoother, and safer. Okay, with that being said, we're going to jump out of this thing. I'm your instructor, Pierre Huey, aka Mr. P. If you know anybody or if you can use my services, that is passing the Barber Theory exam, passing the barber practical, or just getting into barbering, getting started to the world of barbering with fundamentals and techniques, things like that, I'm your guy. I got classes available. You can find me, PIERREHOUEY, on all social media platforms, links in my bio, all that good stuff. Got my class, Past Barber Theory, available. Got my class, Past Barber Practical. It is coming very, very, very soon. It's being worked on in its final stages. And the Barber Starter Pack is available. If you never picked up a pair of clippers, I can get you to the point where you know what to do with them, and you can do a basic cut and a basic shape up. Okay, all that good stuff is available, and I got more classes coming. Details are forthcoming. And before I jump off, a quick shout out to my affiliate so far. And all right, we are out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all enjoyed the rest of your Tuesday, or as we like to say, happy Martes. See y'all later.